Alright everyone, we're back for our last game of the day. It's DPL Top Season 5 or Season 1 2018. It's Group B, EHOME versus Newbee, and unfortunately as we load into Game 2 we are going to find EHOME currently eliminated from DPL. Newbee, I misspoke, they can't take the #1 spot in the group. If they win this game they'll be tied with IG Vitality at 7 points, but IG Vitality 2-0'd them in the head-to-head, so Newbee would end up being second overall, but still good, moves them forward in the bracket. And the other thing to mention for DPL is while the stakes are relatively low, the thing that really matters is that the top teams at the end of the tournament actually qualify through for the MDL major, so very important for some of these teams to keep on picking up points. Not so important for Newbee because they've already been directly invited to that event. But still, the point stands for all of the other teams as we move forward into the playoffs after the group stages wrap up. I'm Basskip, great to be casting for you guys today, and joining me once again is Clairvoyance. Claire, how you doing?
Doing well.
Nice.
Something you said piqued my interest. So there's no stakes here for Newbee, or what's going on?
So for Newbee, they, as I understand it, right, they're already invited to the event that this event feeds into. So there's money on the line.
Changsha?
Yeah. There's money on the line. And it matters. This game matters for them in terms of their spot in the next round in the playoffs, because the group is seeded into the next round. It's like a little bit bubble race-esque. So
they're playing for seeding.
Yeah. They're playing for seeding. Yeah.
And EHOME's playing for fun.
They're playing for pride, Claire. you
playing for fun.
You don't get 2-0'd. You know, you want to show.
No, of course not. Yeah, of course not. I mean, they're playing against Newbee. This is definitely some great practice, and I'm sure they're gonna pull out all the strats here. Innocence is drafting now, and as you said, man, it's not fun to get 2-0'd no matter the circumstances.
Yeah, they're playing for morale as well, I guess is the big thing, especially after that previous game. Alright, so we got the Death Prophet as the opener. Windrunner. Why?
Alright, they're playing for fun. GG.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I don't know. I'll be honest, man. Like, this hero has some hidden potential. It's a very good dueler/trader in the offlane. Obviously, Windranger, has received a lot of buffs. But at the same time, you know, it's a hero that always has to show herself on the map at some point, has a stun that's kind of unreliable and can, you know, put her in some bad positions. Generally not a fan of the pick, but hey, man, Kunkka Windrunner, let's do it.
Yeah. If you want this hero, though, why take it now? That to me is the big thing, right? Windranger isn't even on the radar. Nobody is thinking to themselves like...
Basskip, come on, man. Come on, bro. You don't know that. You don't know if CTY gave them the business with like with a sick Windrunner mid 3 games in a row during Scrim.
Yeah, maybe that's what this is about. CTY's like, I can win this 1v1. I can dumpster SCCC with my Windranger with his Death Prophet. But this is where the spanner gets thrown in the works a little bit, because Newbee are just going to pick up the Earth Spirit. We saw this in the previous game. Very potent combination. Killed the sniper a whole bunch. SCCC had not such a fun time, and I imagine that Newbee are looking to dole out a little bit of that punishment themselves this game.
Yeah, they actually steal picks a lot. Even in the VG Thunder game, right? We saw the tiny roster that they won against, but they kind of almost lost to, I would like to say. And they just picked it up last game. You know, they're just trying these picks out, and honestly, it's as you said before, right? This is a field of experience and experimentation for them, going into DAC, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody wants to. If you can figure something out and be one step ahead of the meta, that's the dream for every Dota team, right?
Yes.
You can attest to that. Being a coach, it's not good enough to try and perfect what the current meta is, because by the time you get to that point,
somebody will have already beat it. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Every single game counts in that regard, especially with tournaments. You don't have time to think too much about things, so what people do is they think in a vacuum, or they react based on what they see and what wins. So it's always very critical to have that ability to assess and discern what's really important, but more importantly, just to adapt. Like, if they pick this Death Prophet Earth Spirit opening, like for Newbee this game, how I would think about it is like, look, they just gave us the business in the middle line last game. Let's pick this set of heroes and see what's going to happen, how they would respond in kind. Now, the only problem is, in terms of a learning perspective, Windrunner and Kunkka are not the best heroes against this double silence, double slow stun lineup in Newbee. So I'm not sure how much they will quote-unquote learn, but at the very least, they're going to be experimenting with the lineup that they almost, they had some issues with.
Yeah, I theoretically like the Kunkka against the Death Prof array. You get some lockdown, you got some burst, but at the same time, she's a fairly tanky hero. She's gonna buy a Yules.
Yeah, well, that's the big thing, right? It's like, one, DP is a natural Yules buyer, and two, the only thing that interrupts a Kunkka's 1,000 cast range combo is a silence from a long distance, and then DP has that as well. So
10 seconds.
This is another hero that. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna flame Bristleback too much because I think he does actually have a place. And you look at there've been some pretty good Bristleback performances recently. I think the Secret at Dream League.
Yeah, I mean, you only say that because Secret won a game with it. Let's be real here. Secret makes every hero look good, man. That's not fair.
Was that Bristle Wisp as well?
I believe so, and it was a specific Bristle too, because they didn't just pick it like first pick. They picked it into a specific hero that they were laning against, and I can't recall the matchup, but if I recall, I mean, if I can remember something else, Ace did play it as well.
Yeah. Well, to me, what's really cheating is Bristle Wisp. Bristle Wisp is cheating. Like, I think Bristleback by himself at the moment, I've seen him lose a lot of games. My general opinion of this hero is not very high. They could pick Wisp if they wanted it, but Newbee just going to fire back with a Legion Commander. EHOME. Alright. OD.
Into a DP Earth Spirit. So they can have Aura for the Bristleback to spam cools infinitely.
I mean, you got the Imprison against the duel.
It's good against LC. Yes, it's good against LC.
I've heard people talk favorably about this matchup against Death Prophet. Sure, the silence is annoying, but at least you're pretty bursty, right?
I mean, honestly, the laning phase is not good for OD at all. Because OD, how he wants to play is he wants to get this orb, and he wants just to like right-click and zone you out. Most bad matchups for OD traditionally, like you can find a way to win with that orb and some good lane positioning, like against Sniper and Shadow Fiend comes to mind. But against DP, like she always has the superior range, superior damage, superior animation, and she has the silence as the game goes on. So I'm really not a fan of this OD pick. But I'm not a fan of like most of this draft, man. I don't know. They're just picking Windrunner, Bristleback third, OD fourth. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, this is weird. I like this for Newbee. Some stuff. Warlock's been trending a little bit recently. Teams have been liking him a little bit more. We're in a fairly heavy teamfight meta, so it makes sense that Warlock's coming in a little bit. Potential really good dual lane synergy with the Legion Commander if they want to contest that lane. I think Legion Commander, if you're going to run it off lane, have to run the dual lane. Have to be able to contest. Earth Spirit Warlock is kind of an old school China combo as well, right? There's so much damage between the Fatal Bonds and the Magnetize. I think this makes a lot of sense.
You know who picks this combo really often? Two teams pick this combo very often. OG actually first picked this very often. They actually pick like Earth Spirit Warlock very frequently. Another team that does this is Fnatic. They first pick the Warlock and they pick like Earth Spirit or Clockwork. And honestly, as you said, it's just a team fight monster in this hero, right? Like you receive a multiple set of nerfs on like mana cost and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, he's still a stable support in the safe lane that'll heal up your carry and make it very hard to kill him. And he'll also scale into a big team fight monster that counters a lot of big abilities. Like one that comes to mind is the Enigma Black Hole. You can never really use it against the Warlock, right?
Yeah, and you got Ravage on the stick. It's pretty good.
Yep.
It's hard to complain. So I like Newbee's lineup a lot so far.
I mean, I'll be completely honest. This is a very massive outdraft in my opinion, entirely because EHOME's lineup can never teamfight Newbee. Like, if there's ever a point where Newbee decide to collapse their 5 heroes into any objectives of EHOME, and they will because they're Newbee, this is how they play, EHOME will have to scatter and run. Unless they get a 2-man shackle on some DP Warlock and they kill them before the Rock and Legion Commanders on the other side of the map or something. Like, I just don't see these scenarios ever being favorable for EHOME. They have to snowball every single lane to be able to come out ahead.
Yeah. So could we maybe be looking at like a position 5 Wind Ranger here, and then they'll just pick a... I mean, what lane are we even looking at for the last pick? I guess maybe safe lane?
I don't know, but Tiny... They picked Lone Druid there. I don't know, like, Tiny hasn't been picked or banned, but I feel like if Newbee picked Tiny right there and then, I actually just don't know what EHOME do. They have, like, no lane pressure whatsoever. They're just going to get shoved in. At the same time, though, they have Lone Druid now. Lone Druid is not the best hero against OD because he can just Astral the Bear most of the time. But now that there's, like, the Helm of Dominator build and the ranged Lone Druid build coming in from Ace again. So, pretty good.
Yeah, Wondred's been seeing quite a bit of popularity, right? Fnatic have been picking him like crazy, and a couple of other teams also getting in there. All right, we will see the Wisp in the end. It is going to be... oh, okay, it's a CTY Kunkka. We did see the... who was he playing
Mid
against?
one.
Yeah, mid one Kunkka.
Secret mid one, yep.
Was it against Empire?
Oh, he played a few games. He played a one game against Fnatic as well.
No, but specifically against the Death Prophet.
Oh, yes. The matchup.
Yeah.
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 Pretty good.
Yeah, it looked really good for the Kunkka. He's a pretty strong mid lane hero overall, being able to get the denies, lots and lots of harassment. So we'll see how this goes. I would imagine that they're not going to be leaving SCCC alone too much, and that's the one downside of the Kunkka, is he is a very gankable hero. So gonna have to be wary of that Kaka Earth Spirit moving around.
Yeah, it's like the DP will just hit him a lot, and if he gets too close, he'll just sap him for like 4 or 5 seconds, and it'll take a lot of damage. It's a nice move though overall, because you do want the OD laning against the LC, although the OD can kind of be pressured, but they have probably the Windrunner sitting around, so it shouldn't be too bad. I think the Wisp last pick is the real flavor, the real treat to this lineup here. It's going to be very dependent on how well the Bristleback does in his lane.
Prepare for battle.
Yeah, this should help Bristle a lot, get that little bit of extra sustain, make him difficult to kill early on. I wish I knew what Innocence was asking here. Oh well. But yeah, this is a very strong dual lane. The Wisp is actually kind of a lane winning hero in his own right. Right, you can move around, you're constantly topping off all your heroes with Bottle. Can really tip some lane matchups one way or the other. Kaka gonna come rolling up onto the high ground here, straight into CTY. Trade a couple of hits. Earth Spirit not actually opting for the Orb of Venom at level 1. Kaka has himself a Blightstone. What do you make of that?
I'm a little surprised myself not going for the orb. I feel like it's always better against Wisp as well. You just want to slow her down and keep hitting her so she can't bottle charge. But at the same time, I guess... Oh, I understand what's going on. Okay, so because Mugi has the Orb of Venom, they just didn't want to double up on it. I believe that's the theory.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, we do have an orb already on the Spirit Bear. I don't know if he'll maybe fast-ish Medallion, faster Roche. Innocence taking some harassment here. KP knows that he has the backup of the Warlock, so they're just going to contest this bounty. They grab 1, 2, and this will be the 3rd for Newbee. Nice little start to this game. EHOME not really able to contest.
I mean, I'll be honest. I still think the Orb of Venom is better regardless, because he's not going to just be playing entirely in this lane, right? At one point, he's going to go into these other lanes. He's going to slow other targets. You want that Orb, do that extra damage as well. But it is what it is. It's something they talked about, probably had a discussion about, so.
Yeah. We're probably going to try and first blood this Wisp, I suppose. See what happens. HOM going to get scouted coming into the lane. Kaka going to give him a few slaps. HOM just staying inside of his tower range at the moment. Faith Beyond going to start spamming the quills early on. Knows that he is going to have the help from the Wisp later on to regen his mana, so it's not a huge deal. Kaka needs to be careful. Already dropping kind of low. These quills are stacking up, and if they can keep body blocking him... Oh, they got in front of him! He thought he was right at the cliff, but still going to be brought down. Oh, man. This has been a series of just kind of clowny Earth Spirit plays. We had those HYM kicks in the previous game, and now Kaka manning up a bit too hard.
I mean, I don't even know if you call that man up, right? He literally just sat there and just took too many hits. Rolled in like a 0 angle roll. I don't know, man. That was not a Kaka play, that's for sure.
And with that, EHOME gonna be just fine up here at top. Same kind of story is happening bottom though. KP's just running in, right-clicking old OD, putting on the pressure as the Legion commander. I haven't seen a KP Legion for a little bit actually, but I guess they're kind of counter-picking the Bristleback here. Manipulate his positioning. Don't have to really care about the Bristleback at that point.
Now, if you look at bottom though,
yeah, it's just right.
The lane that you said, right?
Yeah.
Legion commander can lane with the Warlock. It's a very strong sustain lane. Even though there's an OD that's technically good against Legion, you know, if you don't have the levels to be able to sustain the usage of the Arcane Orb with the Essence Aura, then Legion's still gonna out-sustain you, hit you up.
Bouncer in battle coming up. Faith gets the first one. Innocent's going to try and run past him potentially and grab the other. Faith wants the haste instead. Might be able to force Innocence to TP and not even force him. Innocence is just going to TP straight out. Actually, TP's down bottom. Wants to keep on going with the OD down here.
Yep, he needs to have lane presence. As soon as he leaves the lane, like the OD would have gotten relentlessly bullied out of the lane. So you can't leave as the support, no matter what HP you are.
Yeah, it's not easy. He does manage to interrupt this side pull. Nicely done. Taking a lot of damage as a result. The Fatal bonds them together. KP doesn't have the nuke for a little bit. But they're just losing the sustain and regen battle down here. No tangos left for the Wind Ranger. OD still has 2, but there's just no way that you win it against the Warlock. Oh, another nuke coming in. One touch is going to kill Innocence. Not even one touch from KP. Faith just finishes it. And KP going to go and hit those creeps just to secure the maximum damage on OD. He's rolling, trying to hope for a couple of procs on the Essence Aura, but not getting too lucky. And mid lane, SCCC is still doing fine. TTY, I mean, doing reasonably, but not really harassing him down too much. Kako rolled through a second ago, just putting a little bit of damage down.
Yeah. It'd be nice if he comes back now, though. There's a double wave building up. The Kunkka can't really shove this out too much, even though he has the Tiebringer. If he just sap and stun him up under the tower, he'll probably die.
KP losing some int. Doesn't have the mana just yet for the overwhelming odds, so he's going to be okay. Kaka lurking behind, but Faith actually heading all the way back to base. And they will actually spot out Kaka here. And he get the Boulder Smash and roll away. No, Innocence moves forward just in time. The stun not a long enough duration. And OD going to pick up some fat stacks, right-clicking down that Earth Spirit.
Kaka, man. Not sure.
Yeah, we're like he's 0 for 2 so far. Not having the greatest time. Well, 0 for 2 on the rotations. I mean, he put that pressure at mid, but I think SCCC was doing just fine. And Newbee actually across the board finding great CS. I mean, even though the Earth Spirit isn't doing that much, he doesn't really need to. They're gonna get the X marks the spot out. Actually, Wisp now tethering in. Maybe a little bit of a turnaround. Torrent's still on cooldown. CTY just gonna lay in with the harassment. Kaka almost dead, but there's a regen rune waiting. And oh,
yeah, I
think needs to dodge the Torrent. Nicely done.
Regeneration.
Yeah. Another deny attempt, just like what DDC did earlier.
Yeah.
I think the lanes are definitely going as expected. I assume Newbee will just flat out win all 3 of these lanes. It will be a little bit tricky when Bristle does finish his Vanguard, because the Lone Druid will no longer do damage, even with the roots. It's going to be kind of like an island up here. They're just going to be farming on each other. No real ganks. But bottom and mid, though, these are problem lanes for EHOME, especially bottom. I don't see this going any better anytime soon.
Still getting pressured a lot. OD getting a couple of CS under his tower, but they're even... Newbee's stacking up these neutrals over here. They do need to be a little bit careful. The Bristleback could kind of rotate at any time and clear this.
Run at them with quills.
Yeah. This is somewhat dangerous. I mean, they have decent ways to clear it themselves, but not as reliable. So I'm a little bit worried about this neutral stack. Newbee gonna have to protect it for sure. So far, they are building up a bit of a lead across the 3 lanes. They've definitely got the better tier 1 tower taking potential as well early on. And KP just running underneath the tower, putting the pressure on. Also driving back Innocence. KP's making a statement about whose lane this is.
He's also got phase boots coming in, and he obviously just wants to fight, so he's gonna just run at them even harder now with the phase boots.
Yeah, Ichram is sitting behind SCCC at mid. Maybe once the Kunkka grabs level 6, this could actually be a kill. SCCC's kind of low. Maybe he's gonna get forced back, tap the shrine.
It's a level 1 X though.
Yeah, you gotta just walk up with no boots.
Yeah. Not sure. If they can get it, it might be a kill with the bolt, but again, I don't know the likely prospects of that.
Alright, KP farming this stack. Spamming it down with the overwhelming odds. Innocence needs to be careful. He's going to get fatal bonds to the stack. In fact, Kaka catches him with the Boulder Smash. They've waited out most of the Wind Run duration. The Shackle Shot does catch onto 2. Now the turnaround coming in from the Wisp. KP going to get healed up. Drops the overwhelming odds onto a bunch of heroes. And speeds away with his phase boots. And Newbee forced to retreat. Good rotation from the Wisp. But unfortunately no kill for EHOME.
And now Mugi's finished the Helm of Dominator. I actually think the correct play here is for Mugi to port down there with Dominator and just shove them out completely. And what that would do is allow Bristleback to push it in, or port down to bottom to defend the tower. But it's just like the first move that Newbee makes that's gonna have a lot of impact. Because honestly, EHOME are just not ready on their side lanes to deal with anybody extra right now beyond what they're dealing with. Actually, it looks like EHOME's the one that's making the first move. Kunkka's coming down here.
Yeah, He is running right past the Dire Observer Ward, though, so Newbee know exactly what's happening. Kaka going to be able to shove in the mid lane a little bit. SCCC was actually also rotating over towards
this top to try and shove this tower with the Dominator timing. So something similar to what I had liked. Although I'm not sure if this is the best target. I don't think they can kill Bristle for one. He'll be able to actually hold the tower with the Vanguard.
The big creeps are still in this stack. Faith looking like he might lose his life. They wanted KP instead, and they actually just let Faith run past. Is he going to get caught by the Torrent? He won't. Shackle slows him down a tiny bit. They will go for the Imprison, and now look to surround him. CTY is just boat farming the neutrals.
Oh, God.
I saw the shark spawn and go this way, and I was like, wait, what? And then, well, there you go. We got a kill up top. They do manage to bring down the Bristleback. Now CTY is TPing in, but one more touch from this bear might be his undoing. Nice shackle. A little bit of damage onto Mugi, but still has plenty of wand charges. They lose the Bristle. They still have about a third of this Exorcism to go as they work on the tower. And EHOME, I mean, they got that stack at bottom, but not sure if that was worth it overall for the Kunkka rotation.
I mean, they lost their strongest hero in turn, right? They also lost the tower, so it's going to be even more free farm space for Mugi here. Again, I thought the play was impossible, but then the Earth Spirit came and actually landed a huge stun. Very nice rotation from Newbee all around, and you can see it reflecting the gold.
This CCC is getting run at. Kaka's here, kicks him away, tries for the roll, doesn't quite escape. Looks like Kaka's going to be paying with his life. I think he could have maybe just stunned the heroes, but alright. He made sure that SCCC survived.
I mean, I'm honestly so confused at this point. You're absolutely right. He could have literally just kicked one of them back probably and survived. I don't know, man. Kaka is going for some flashy-ass plays.
Yeah, if he just kicks the Kunkka away, right? Kunkka's got 1 point in X. It's just like, oh yeah. The Bristleback can keep on chasing, but sure.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This is some weird stuff happening for sure. Well, SCC does live.
Yep, and he goes right back to farming, working towards his Yule Scepter. Newbee just going to be waiting for their cooldowns a little bit, but not even that long for the Exorcism. Faith already setting up some aggro wards down in this Radiant jungle. You can already kind of see Newbee signaling their next play, right? You just look at the ward positions on the map, and you know exactly what they're planning. KP going to try for the duel. He gets it on the tether through, but there is going to be an Imprison, and now KP's taking some damage, getting stacked up. He is being healed as well. Looks like he should survive. There's no Sanity's Eclipse just yet. Faith probably not quite so lucky. A couple more auto attacks. They've got that bonus move speed. OD actually pretty nice synergy with the Wisp. The attack speed and the move speed he absolutely loves. KP escapes, but EHOME find that kill.
So again, like in terms of hero distributions, I really feel this Lone Druid should be making his way down to bottom lane. He's the only one that can really shove out this OD right now, and with the farm advantage he has, he should definitely look to do so. But instead they're just like losing out on the Legion Commander now as well as the Warlock because they just don't scale well into the OD. Finally they smoke, they're making a rotation to the OD I believe, and this should be the tower if they can secure the kill.
Yeah. They are going to leave the Lone Druid to pressure mid in the meanwhile. Mugi has picked up some power treads, so maybe signaling that we are going to be seeing the ranged build here for him.
Yep.
And Newbee, they want this kill. They're going to run in. They're going to get the duel as well, along with the Exorcism. No counter initiation available for EHOME. They just leave the OD completely for dead. Newbee even rotating in here with their siege creep will be able to grab this tier 1. EHOME going to try and fight back. They're going to try and take this tier 1 tower over at the top side. Big rotation coming in from CTY's Kunkka. Gonna land the blind torrent, does get the X off, and now following it up with the boat. Kaka shouldn't be able to play his way out of this. Also gonna get shackled. Quick kill for EHOME, but losing mid tower, losing bottom tower. They're just getting pressured everywhere, and they don't really have the push to find trades. Even Bristleback TP mid.
Yeah, good TP by Bristle. The unfortunate problem with this is that they're gonna get shoved in even harder at bottom. They know for sure Bristle can't port bottom now. And as long as Newbee hold the mid tower, this Bristle will still have to leave the lane because he doesn't want to be mid. He wants to be able to shove in one of the side lanes with his all his farm advantage, his tankiness.
Yeah, I'd rather leave the mid lane for somebody else, right? Take the safe farm. CTY does manage to grab that top tower, going to be going for a Shadow Blade first. Won't be seeing the, I guess, sort of used to the armlet. We got a rotation in towards mid. Newbee do have the chaotic offering ready. They won't be able to burst down Faith. He doesn't get shackled with the creep wave, and now the fatal bond along with the nuke from the Legion Commander just rips them apart. Kaka rolls in, finds a nice 2-man stun. KP, are they going to try and dive this Bristle? They need to be a little bit careful as CCC is keen, but KP just wants to focus on the objective. Newbee not in full agreement about what they should do now. They are going to be TPing in this OD. What can he find? Kaka runs into him around the corner. He will get banished up. Feast Beyond still taking a lot of damage. Legion Commander going forward with that overwhelming odds, doing so much work. Long-range boulder smash, not going to connect from Kaka, but looks like KP should be able to head off the OD at the pass. Nice stomp from the Helm of the Dominator creep, locks him down. They find yet another kill, and Newbee. This is like you were saying during the draft, Claire. As soon as Newbee decides to just deathball one lane, EHOME really have nothing that they can do.
I mean, come on, man. They got a Rin Ranger 5 position and a Wisp 4.
Innocence is jamming these shackles, but what can they actually do? Faith's gonna try for the TP out. He's gonna get X'd. He still goes all the way back to the fountain anyway. Why not? He's gonna keep on running, and he will be brought down at the end of the day. Everybody else from Newbee just scatter.
Goodbye of Cruel World as he sinks to the fishes of the torrents. But yeah, man, look. Position Windrunner, 4 position Wisp. We're not taking any team fights this game. As long as Warlock Rock is up or any ultimates on Newbee, it's just gonna be too much force, too much presence to deal with. In the meantime, they do get the Warlock kill again, pushing in mid. Bristle doesn't want to be here, but they're kind of just doing a ping pong bounce effect now. Mugi free farming and pushing bottom lane.
Yep, gonna double damage bear. This tier 2 tower is looking pretty, well, might even be dead at this point.
Yeah.
Mugi gonna pop the battle cry and look at this bear go.
No glyph, no glyph. That for sure.
Torrent stops him for a second, but I think he just commits. Oh, nice deny. And Mugi gets the TP out. Can they save the bear? Also, A-okay.
Yeah. Should have X'd the bear. They would have gotten the kill. Bristle's really good at sniping the bear because he just keeps running with it.
Yeah, keep spamming quills, spam the goo. I think he got roared though, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's the thing though. He came in close range, right? He has like 800 cast range on the X. Here's a smoke coming from Newbee. Very low resources on SCC, but I guess it doesn't matter. If he finds the Arcane Rune though, which he will, that's gonna be free.
Yeah. Who needs mana when you've got the Arcane Rune? You are fine. OD's still farming, trying to get up to his Force Staff. Getting those points up in the Arcane Orb, ready to start dealing some damage. Link up with the Wisp. Oh, they're going to go for this Kunkka. Blink in, duel. Can they get the relocate out? They're going to try for it, but they silence the Wisp, interrupting that. They don't focus the damage on the Kunkka just yet, but it looks like they should still be able to run him down. One more touch. He's ticking, he's gone. KP's running out through the mid. They're going to camp out the Wisp as he returns to the fight. KP might actually end up going down to Faith Beyond. Rock gets dropped onto two. They actually brought the OD into this fight. What can they actually do? He's silenced and silenced and silenced. He finally manages to imprison himself. They're also kiting the Bristleback. They Yules him up. OD pops out. He's dead. That's 3 down on the EHOME side. And Newbee just going to keep on running forward. They do need to be a little bit careful. These quills are stacking up with the Exorcism. Also doing great damage. And one more touch as SCCC finds a triple kill. Innocent's gonna ping out the there's actually a ward exactly where he pinged, but doesn't matter that he knows now. Newbee just heads straight into the pit. Very easy teamfight victory for them.
Yeah. The bear, the rock, and the presence, they're gonna be able to take this one down for sure. Yeah, man, I don't know. The OD right into the middle of the fray there into a rock. Not sure if that was the play, man.
He's as good as useless once he's silenced, right? Like,
yeah,
just has to run around. Can't do anything. They chuck the Aegis onto the Lone Druid. He's got a Maelstrom completed. They're going to duel up this Kunkka. He is surviving for a little bit longer. He might escape. I don't know about HYM though. Yeah, he gets rooted. And he's going to get right-clicked down. They pop the Crimson Guard. They're trying to fight. Faith Beyond wants to run in here. He's got those Quill Spray stacks, but they're just focusing on the softer targets. The supports are down already, and that's a lot of the lockdown already dead for the EHOME side. OD still just getting sniped by the Lone Druid. They will let him go. CTY finds himself a DD. Maybe he can get a courier snipe. He's going to be up here at just the right time. No.
I'm a little surprised though. Given the amount of duels that KPI had this game to set up kills, he's only got 10 duel damage.
Yeah.
So pretty little considering all the activity that he's been taking part in.
Cleave. Does he have the damage? KP going to try for the blink away. Still brings him back. Nicely done. Straight into the torrent. Relocate even coming in. HOA, I'm not sure if he needed that little bit of extra help, but solid solo kill.
A lot of net worth swinging that 531 gold. Pretty good. I don't know if Wisp was there for the assist gold or AoE gold, but regardless, something they need right now, among many other things to crawl back into this game.
C2I knows that Kaka is potentially up here, going to spot him now. And Innocent's also going to come running forward. Tries for the shackle off the creep. I think that was a little bit bold. Now Kaka might be able to play his way out of this. He finds the roll angle, and he's going to go for the TP. Can they imprison him? Yes, they can. Nice force staff forward from the OD. A little bit more difficult than this kill needed to be. I don't know. Innocence was just trying too hard to be cool, I guess.
Oh man, I'm telling you, man, these guys, they're playing for fun right now for sure.
Yeah, I get the feeling this is the like, oh yeah, what hero do you want to play?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Innocence literally picked Wind Ranger himself. He's thinking, alright, I want to play Wind Ranger.
Yeah.
Now Faith is dead.
Or is he? Yes, he is, probably. He's gonna drop the rock. They've also got SCCC coming in. No, Faith! Oh, one last auto attack. Follows after him. He is gonna end up being brought down. Bristleback's pretty tanky here, and he will get imprisoned as well. KP not successful with the duel, but they're just gonna wait for him to pop out, maybe run him down. SCCC only has the one Spirit Siphon left. They're doing good work with the Fatal Bonds. Mugi gets shackled to his bear. Nicely done by Innocence. Power Shot spam still coming out. This Shrine already used as EHOME retreat themselves back. But that's a rock dropped, and they got the Warlock kill, losing nobody. Nicely done. Oh. Newbee's still holding on to this high ground, though. Exorcism has a couple of seconds left. They're not willing to back up right away. EHOME really want this Warlock ball, and they are going to get it. Alright, I'm going to call that a success for EHOME.
Yeah, where was the Earth Spirit in that engagement?
I don't know.
I feel like if he was there to land a stun or two on some of the heroes, there would be a lot more kills. But as it stands, the duel was expended on the Bristleback and they didn't focus him down. He also got Astral towards the end, so he survives. And then yeah, on the high ground, like they had this choke point that nobody really committed to going past, which I thought the Earth Spirit would be a 1-4, and I just didn't see it.
Yeah.
Half the middle.
Faithbeyond's getting real tanky at this point as well. As the Medallion picked up, gonna be going for the Solar Crest. Odie, I mean, starting to get some damage. Once he gets the Dragon Lance, even without the Hurricane Pike, he will just be able to position a little bit better and not have to get as close to all of these silences, which has been really the bane of his existence. And CTY's almost got a crit. This is looking all right for EHOME, but Newbee's still finding the net worth lead. They are going to be going for a Silver Edge on the Lone Druid to try and make quick work of the Bristle, but EHOME with the smoke. They want KP. Can he blink out of this one? CTY's got to time it right. He gets the combo easily. KP getting locked down. Can they save him? Looks like not enough damage, actually, as the silence comes through from SCCC. Faith Beyond still wants this kill. They're going to chase forward through the upheaval. OD getting slowed down. The bear is closing the gap onto him, and now the Boulder Smash. You wanted to know where Kaka was. He's here for this fight. Kunkka also going to get caught. Double kill for KP. Innocence trying to windrun his way out on the other side. He's got some heals. They did manage to get the relocate out, but HYM also going to end up falling. And Newbee with all 5 at that fight, even without the Chaotic Offering, easily find the turnaround and straight onto this lead tier 2.
Yeah, reaching this Lone Druid right now is a real problem. Like this DP and LC are just creating too much presence in the fight. They're silencing up targets, doing a lot of burst damage with both their nukes. And Mugi is just, going to town with these guys from his like 1000 range right clicks. He's got the Aegis as well, so this high ground push is looking pretty strong. I don't know if they'll commit beyond the tower though.
Crimson Guard's helping a little bit to slow this down. They get the Bristle back up into the air, straight down into the Boulder Smash. They've actually got the Spirit Vessel. He's taking a lot of damage off of that, and they are going to focus their axe. Exorcism, only a couple of seconds left. Newbee needs to be careful about how long they stick around, but they've got the damage to finish it, and now try to escape. EHOME, can they get a catch? Innocence wants this shackle, wants to keep them here a little bit longer. He finds the 2-man, but they've got the purge from the press the attack. KP helping out, Kaka with the roll away, and Newbee disengaged cleanly.
Yeah, and they're
going to regoose. They're going back in.
Yeah.
2-man silence. Duel now coming in on the OD. HYM going to do his best to save him. He doesn't have to relocate. Boulder Smash keeping the lockdown. They do manage to get the duel victory. Innocence reveals his position on the high ground. He's going to be able to walk this one off, though, it looks like, but Newbee, I guess, just what they want to go. Are they going to go through mid to bottom? Is that the plan?
Yeah, they have Aegis, they can. I didn't realize it, but Faith had Rock come off cooldown during that push on the high ground. So
okay.
There's no reason for them to not stay.
Yeah, they've got pretty much everything. Well, I mean, still 60 seconds on Exorcism, but
yeah, who needs Exorcism anyway?
Yeah, they're very strong at this point. CTY, all right, he's got the Crystallis. Time to roll for some damage. Didn't get the crit, but still chunking down Newbee pretty heavily. SCCC gonna get caught here by the Torrent. Faith Beyond doing some good work standing on the front lines, but like you said, they still just can't really get to the Lone Druid. Newbee will be able to heal themselves up, but looks like just back up into the Radiant Jungle for now, and probably take this Shrine. Why not? It's a freebie.
Reset and also use their gold. Right? They just gained like 5k gold advantage during that entire fight, so Courier should have been coming back and forth with some items. We see it already making a delivery or two, and yeah, they're gonna take the shrines. They're gonna. I don't think they really need to like force a timing with the Rosh. Actually, as a matter of fact, it just expired. So
going down bottom, they're going onto the Kunkka, gonna burst him down. KP with that blade mail, nice and fast. Nice triple C with the follow up.
And here's the EXO push. Oh, Wisp is dead.
Oh, Wisp is also here and dead in a few seconds. That's triple C if he's gonna pop the exorcism for him. Why not? Boulder Smash catches him on the way through. Nicely done by Kaka. Looks like he's warmed up now. But oh, maybe the Wisp still gonna survive. They're gonna drop the rock on him and Innocence. And Wisp is still surviving. HYM still bottling up. Newbee maybe diving a little bit too far to grab this Wisp kill. S-Triple-C popping the BKB at a somewhat weird time. OD's gonna see that and start licking his lips. He knows that there might be an opportunity to take a fight here. Faith Beyond needs to go in. They need to keep this OD alive though. He's gonna get silenced, also being nuked. Slowed up by the Warlock upheaval. And with that, they're actually zoning them off the buildings. The bear gets brought down. Mugi with the resummon. Does have the Savage Roar. Another silence coming in. They're just controlling the Bristleback. They want to focus onto the OD. KP not able to get the duel off in time, and he actually manages to imprison himself. Kaka comes in with the Boulder Smash. Complete whiff. Now trying to roll out, but Faith Beyond won't give him that opportunity. Mugi knows that he has to reset. Backs up. Does get the Shadow Blade off. Dusted up. And he's just way too fast, and S-Triple-C looks for the turnaround. They nuke Innocence on the high ground. And Bristleback gonna get Yule's Kunkka. What can he do? Torrent, Boat, Bristleback gonna have a ton of damage reduction. But I don't know if he can really commit. The Fatal Bonds is on to everybody. Legion Commander does get the duel off, it looks like, but OD surviving a little bit too long, and he's getting a lot of stacks going. Still has a Sandy's Eclipse, drops it onto S-Triple-C. One more auto attack, gets the double. Though their base is still a shambles. They also catch KP. It looks like it should be a full team wipe in EHOME's favor. Ooh, OD. Nice little play. Keeps himself alive. I think he was actually fine, even with the blade.
Yeah. He was just scared that there was like a blade mail or a dual potential. Yeah. Wow. So, made it pretty heavily. Some BKBs were used without real purpose, and again, they were just caught deep using rock for trying to get a Wisp kill that they couldn't find. Yeah, a lot of things really, but
they just rocked the support. The BKB didn't do anything.
Yeah, but they didn't even kill the guy they rocked, right?
Yeah, no.
So, Newbee, man, I don't know. I will be honest. If they do something like that again, this game is back. Like, EHOME are back, but I think for the time being, EHOME are getting what they can, and everything's still kind of on this Kunkka to get like a real lucky crit. If Newbee are keen, it's not going to be reliable enough.
CTY scouts Mugi. They're also going to come relocating in. They need this section. They're going to land the boat. Good job, and EHOME get that immediate pickup. And now they're actually managing to find more. Kaka being caught out. He's going to get caught by the X. Newbee bringing in the rest of their heroes. They're going to drop the rock now along with the Fatal Bonds. I think it might just be too much damage. They charge forward at S-Triple-C, but he's getting body blocked. The Exorcism doing decent work. OD, one more nuke brings him down. Now we look towards the high ground. The Fatal Bonds is just doing way too much. Faith Beyond, will we even end up losing the Kunkka as he takes damage? No, Faith Beyond's actually still alive, still running for it, but the Ghosts finish him off. Alright, even without their lone druid, Newbee are still very strong, very teamfight capable. And,
LC duel?
Yeah, we want to. KP, move speed, running forward, blink, duel, blade mail. Blade mail not going to do that much, but the auto attacks more than enough. You had some vision, I believe. Oh no. Maybe not.
Now it's unfortunate for them that they lost lone druid at the start, but hold that thought. Another X.
Alright. Reveals himself. Alright, Kaka setting himself up for disaster now. The boat will finish him off. CTY wants to go into KP, but doesn't realize perhaps that the rest of Newbee are just around the corner. S-Triple-C draining him out. Innocence gonna give up his life, it looks like, perhaps. Oh, and OD now making an appearance. Faith actually gonna get driven back. Locking on to KP with the X marks the spot. OD still wants this Faith kill. Mugi's in the area, no bear just yet. What is going on? This is a fight for kind of no objective, but it looks like they are still going to be able to get KP. Pops the blade mail, turns around, does a little bit of damage. OD needs to be careful about killing himself. He will be okay. CTY is also very low, but at least they've got the Wisp to come in and heal everybody up. And Mugi running forward while they have two heroes dead. Newbee, what are you guys doing at the moment? What is happening? This is not the disciplined Newbee team that I know. This is some very casual Newbee play. Nice Yules up under the ODs. Blink of forward aggressively. Shackle not going to latch. S-Triple-C finds a little hole in between the trees. Still has the BKB. They are going to reload forward. Faith. Alright, BKB TP from S-Triple-C. He knows when to call it quits. Faith also gets the TP out. Can they save the Spirit Bear? Looks like no. Mugi is going to lose his loyal companion. EHOME all the way behind the creep wave here. Finish it, OD. Yeah, alright, nice. 300 gold for him. 48 install.
They're just out now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, their tier 4s are taking damage.
Yes, that's definitely a concern. The Bristle walking back just to restore his regen mana there. Can't really sustain the fight without it right now. Even with the OD there, he's been spamming a lot this game, and he's been finding himself out low on it sometimes. But the next Roshan is the big thing, obviously. When Newbee decide to get together, they will probably just walk into the Rosh pit. That will be the next big fight for sure, assuming that Kaka doesn't try to do anything crazy here.
He's just trying to de-ward around the pit. Picked up the gem, so secure that vision advantage. C2I with the Daedalus, going to be rolling for some crits. They do spot SCCC, he gets torrented, but there isn't really any damage in the area. They're going to keep threatening him. They want to try and force out that BKB, but SCCC knows that he has his team just around the corner, so he's not too concerned. And it's actually Newbee taking the high ground. It would make sense to take this shrine before they try and take Rosh. That would be perhaps a wise play to make.
Or EHOME can just fight under their 23 HP tower. I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah, they're definitely going to deny that one up. Oh, they've managed to catch the OD outside of the base. Can he get the Force Staff off? No, he won't be able to. Now he's also being feared, controlled. Actually, they got the reload back. HOM, godly play, keeps him alive. And now EHOME might be able to find something else, but this is a dangerous high ground to be pushing up. Kaka not going to get caught by the torrent. Innocence goes running in, just scouting a little bit. Exorcism now being popped. If they can kite Newbee, that would be great, but KP wants to run in. He finds a dual lockdown. He focuses on the Wind Ranger here instead of trying to go for the OD, knowing that there might be some saves for the OD. Faith Beyond also running back. They're trying to get this Exorcism into the base. They're just looking for kills. There isn't a lane of racks to take down here. And Newbee now might get caught on the way out. Nah.
What is going on, man? I have no idea what is going on. At the very least, tower is dead now. They'll take the shrine, probably look at Rosh, even though the Exorcism is down. They might decide to play it slow and safe, but...
Kaka. Alright, he does have a Yules. He does have the roll. Now they drop the rock onto 2. KP jumping in. No duel just yet. SCCC running forward. Faith Beyond. He's actually being broken up by the Lone Druid. KP still just looking for auto attacks, but Bristleback too tanky with the overcharge. He's going to be okay. Warlock Golem going to be focused down once again. Newbee, even without their ultimates, they are just so aggro. I guess they know that the creeps are constantly streaming into the base, and EHOME are being forced to deal with that, but...
Yeah, EHOME can't really commit outside the base. The last time they did, they obviously lost that the Wind Ranger was getting caught out from the duel there. Speaking of which, the duel is up again, so there's that much more threat to be applied against EHOME. They can't walk out the base even further. As I say that, they smoke. They're going for a last-ditch attempt to loop around because they realize Roshan's a possibility.
Smoke broken. Newbee still just holding this high ground. They get the bonds out onto a couple. EHOME having to be somewhat afraid. They're also just going to kite themselves backwards. Definitely want to wait out this Fatal Bonds if they can. Very, very annoying, especially for the OD. His Blink Dagger is just constantly being cancelled. Can't really do anything. SCCC is waiting down the low ground. He's going to get caught by the Torrent. He's got his BKB. He's got his Yules. He does get shackled over onto Kaka. Both going to come flying through. Both teams lobbing spells at each other, but not really committing just yet. Now Newbee come running forward. But they have the Exorcism. They do. They've isolated the Bristleback, but Kaka wants to roll into the back line. Can they cancel this relocate out? He will actually prevent the tether at the very least. Faith Beyond still getting run down. They're right-clicking him. Mugi laying in with the auto attacks to kill off HOM. Bristleback forced to run on the back lines of this fight. Kunkka's being caught out by KP. Innocence doing his best to save him, but not really all that much he can do. Kaka gets juked. Innocence still running. SCCC is running down people over by the tier 4 towers. OD's doing his best in this fight. Gets the Hurricane Pike over onto Mugi. Nice blink across as well. Oh man, OD is playing his heart out, but just can't really do enough damage. Mugi getting cleaved down. They get the Yules onto the Kunkka. Can he get one more shot? Might be able to finish Mugi. Nope, doesn't even turn around for the auto attack. And EHOME, they're finally going to tap out of this bizarre game. GG called.
Man. Yeah, that's, well, he gets a nice celebratory kill there at the end. Although, I guess EHOME doesn't have too much to celebrate. They are now officially eliminated from the previous game as well, and Newbee looking pretty good right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they looked looked reasonably confident. They won every single game today. That is going to put them in the number 2 spot for their group in DPL. I don't know if this is necessarily a preview of what we're going to be seeing in DAC tomorrow. I would hope that Newbee are a little bit more disciplined than the play that they showed in this game, because there were some bizarre decisions, like, oh, we could take the Shrine and Roche, or we could just sit on this hill and throw spells at them for 15 minutes. But
have a little fun, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll be fine. I think the real Newbee is going to be more reflected by their first series against VG Thunder, which was honestly a pretty handy job that they pulled out against VG Thunder. Regarding DAC too, it's just gonna be a great event. I know this tournament that we just watched, DPL, it's seeding into MDL Changsha, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing Newbee there myself. Well, I say that, but it's really my guys, my team on VG Storm. It's unfortunate that VG Thunder crumbled the way they did in the first series, but EHOME in the second game, or the second series rather, they had some fun with it.
Yeah, EHOME knew that they were eliminated. Definitely, I think, did the what hero do you want to play draft. We got to see some Innocence Wind Ranger. He landed some nice shackles that game.
Oh, come on, dude. He spent half the game throwing random shackles on creeps just trying to get those nice shackles.
That's true. That's true.
That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
That right there is the problem.
Yeah, when the Earth Spirit was X'd in the middle, like right next to some trees and about to get torrented, and he like runs in and throws the shackle onto the creep. That was... I think that to me summarized a lot of this game. EHOME were just kind of trying to style as best they could, but Newbee also...
TI winners, man. Every single one of them. Yep. TI winners. Shaking my head.
All right, so that's going to wrap it up for DPL coverage, and that's actually it for the DPL group stage. I will... maybe we can just look quickly at the eliminated teams. So, unfortunately, Group A, Vici Gaming Potential and CDEC both knocked out. Group B, EHOME and Team Max both gone. So the DPL, once it resumes, should be pretty exciting. I think we actually now have the full bracket, and it is going to be... Oh, it'll be updated on Wikipedia, I'm sure. I don't have it to be able to show everybody here. But thanks so much for casting with me, Claire. It was a pleasure as always. We haven't casted together for a while, but good times.
Yeah. And honestly, I do look forward to it again. I'm just on my break period now. VG Storm we qualified for 2 events through DNA qualifiers, and the guys earned the very well-deserved break. So if you guys can just show us some love in the upcoming lands for Changsha as well as Thailand, as well as following the social media for the team, which is at Team VGJ, for Twitter, Facebook, and myself as well, Clairvoyance 102. Once again, Basskip, I'm sure this is going to be a more frequent occurrence in the future. So thanks again.
Looking forward to it. To everybody who tuned in, thank you very much for watching. I don't know when I'm going to be back for more casting, since, of course, we're all going to be watching DAC for the next few days. So I hope you guys enjoy that. If you want to follow my social media, my handle's just down in the title. I'm on Facebook and Twitter and all that other nonsense. I'll hopefully catch you guys there. Thanks so much for watching, and from the two of us, that's it. See you sometime soon.